Buell Blast update. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back. And I don't know what I was going to say. I've been wanting to do something for a really long time, and I've just never gotten around to it. I've just made excuses for myself, and this is something that I've just wanted to do it, and I have the ability to do it. I have everything I need. I just need to commit to it. And that's what we're going to do today. That's the lesson we're going to go with. And today, hold on. Today, we're going to install Dan's intake and rejetting kit on the Buell Blast. This bike really needs it. Alright, first thing you're going to want to do, remove the seat, the battery, the airbox. I'm going to remove this clip, just slide it, pull it off, and then it's easier to disconnect it, this fitting, so you can pull the airbox through, like so. Save this, we might need it. On the other side, remove these two bolts, slide this plate up. Back to the other side, grab a 3/16 Allen key, remove these three bolts. Remove the bolts. Try not to lose them. You're going to need them. Now, last thing you need to remove the airbox. Let's move this gasket. We'll probably want that. There's a 10mm bolt right here. Get an extension and just get it out. Easy enough. Throw this off to the side, we don't need it. Alright, now that we got the air intake off, the hardest part is going to be rejetting the carb. And first we got to remove the carb. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label the cables with a little white paint marker, just so I don't confuse myself. And, match the white to the white and the non to the non. You get it. So let's remove this carb. Alright, I grabbed a flathead. I have two hose clamps holding on the boot, which holds on the carb. I'm just going to loosen those up and slide it off. Also, let's see if, there we go. Okay, two more things to remove. The line to the fuel and electronics. Unplug the electronics, shut off your fuel tank, and then remove the hose from there. At least that's what I'm going to do, as I have the pinch clamp here, but I have a clamp run by a screw. I don't know what it's called. A fuel clamp. Carburetor's off. Alright, carb's off. Make sure to drain your carb properly before you set it on the table. I didn't, and it just leaked everywhere. Just a little helpful tip. So let's see what we gotta do next. Alright, first thing we're gonna do with the carb is we're gonna flip it upside down, and we're gonna remove those 4 bolts to remove the float. Just to reiterate, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So be careful when trying to remove these screws. They're very easy to strip. I managed to find the right bit to knock them loose. Alright. Screws are removed. Always bag and tag the little bolts and stuff you were using. Trust me, it comes in handy, and you'll thank yourself later. Put these off to the side in a good spot. Let's float here. Not too bad. gasket just needs to be cleaned off, I think, and should be alright. So now that I have, I guess it's called the float bowl off, I need to replace the two jets. So, I believe it's called, the main jet is right here, this guy. The other one is down in this hole. You'll need a thin flathead for this, so I'll be replacing them with these two jets. In this case, since I have the Vance & Hines, was it SSR2 or S2R exhaust, it is the 175/46 jets. You can get this off Dan directly, he still sells them. So this guy will be replaced, whoops, right here, and the other guy won't be in there. I should probably grab my flathead and obligatory beer. Let's see what kind of wrench that is. Perfect. 5/16. Let's swap one for the other. Just to make sure this is on tight. I just put it snug. I don't think it needs anything more than that. I could be wrong. Don't take my word on it. Now the hard part's going to be getting out that one. I hope I didn't mess everything up with the penetrant oil, but so took a little bit of persuasion. The other jet was kind of stuck. And so I had to take this flathead, tap it into the jet with a hammer, then that broke loose, and then I had to tap this star bit onto the end, and I can't even get it off. I'm not going to bother right now, but move that off to the side. I hope I didn't ruin the inside here. One thing I realized, if you take this out, focus, if you take this guy out like I did, be aware of this. I'm not entirely sure how it goes in yet. I'll try that in a second and I'll let you know. Fingers crossed I didn't mess everything up. Time to swap in the number 46 jet. That looks in to me. Alright, I'm gonna just try throwing this guy in. I'm not really sure which way it's supposed to go. Guess I'll find out in a minute. Alright, I'm gonna take that off, flip that guy around, see if it makes a difference. Short side up. Honestly, I really can't tell. Alright, I think we're good to go, but if it doesn't work, I think we know why. Also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna just clean the surfaces around the bowl, so it doesn't hurt to get a good seal around the bowl. So, full disclosure, I don't really know what I'm doing, but once again, it's enjoyable to do some DIY, and the why is probably more so the why am I doing this to myself, rather than why am I taking on this as a challenge. I don't know. It's sort of how I feel about it, but So this should go on just like this. Shake that out. Alright, I'm going to put the screws back in. Wherever I put them. I think I have a couple extra, so I'm going to switch out the stripped ones. Don't want to have to deal with this again. I think this one's the worst. This one's much better. I'm going to go with that. So I hope I'm doing this right, and I hope you guys are following along. I'm sure most of you guys know more than me, so I don't think you'll have as many problems. But so far this has been pretty straightforward. Maybe I missed something. We'll find out. Hopefully I don't blow up my bike. Alright, so I'm going to try and make this as even as possible. Just hit it. And just tighten these snug. Alright, those are all snug. That was not as painful as I thought it was. Alright, let's move on to the next step. So with the carb done, I think what we need to do next is replace this rubber boot. And to my understanding, from Dan's description, where is it? We replace this guy with this super clamp. Now, alright, the carb is good to go. I don't think we need to do this. I think we can get away without it. I don't see why you even need it, but that's just me. I'll let you know in a second if that's not true at all. One thing we're going to do next is this is the oil catch can of the bike. So you can see the two brass fittings, one's higher, one's lower. I believe you want the higher one to go in, fit right here, and then you take one of these, one of the hoses with the end, this one, that you disconnected from the intake. I still have the fitting right here. We're going to pull this apart. So now that we get disconnected the hose, we're going to route it to this catch can, like so. We just got to take this fitting off. Alright, so the catch can has two sides to it, right? It has the low side and the high side. You want the high side facing towards the front of the engine, and then where we took off that fitting, I think it's the breather hose, comes down. You can pull on this a little bit, readjust it, and you make it connect to the catch can. The other hose that was left, this one, it basically just drains to the end here. You're going to put on the other end of the catch can. And you want to route the hose as best as you can. I don't know, it's going to be a little weird, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so I rerouted that bottom hose underneath the starter. So it comes down, tucks underneath this hose right here, back down through this hole, and sticks out below here. And honestly, that is the best way to route it. What I'm going to do is just cut this short, probably about 5-6 inches. So I don't want this hanging down, and that should solve that. I do need to grab another hose clamp, but that's nothing to worry about at the moment. Let's get that bolts on and the carburetor pulled on, plug it in, and that should be it. We're almost there. I got that in. Time to throw the car back on. I'm going to start by putting the two throttle cables back on, plugging in whatever it is, and then connecting the fuel line. Then we'll get to the air filter in a second. I don't think I need to show you this. You got this. So I got the intake on, the catch cans attached. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm going to throw the battery on, throw the seat on, and we're going to start it up for the first time and see how she sounds. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Let's get a nice overall view. Really does make a difference in person on what this bike looks like. Like, yeah, there's a bit of an open gap, but I think in the end it looks much better. I was kind of hoping these two wouldn't be the same, but that's okay. So, still need to cut this. Still need a tie for that. But we should be good to start it. So, let's just do it. Let's get it done. Don't forget to turn the fuel on. Oh, nope. Jesus, I didn't even connect it. I'm an idiot. Got a little bit too excited. I was about to say, just make sure it's connected. Let's get back to it. First start, new intake. Turn the fuel on now. Alright. So I flipped the needle jet around, which is the one thing that I was a little worried about, whether that'd be an issue or not, and I'm ready to start the bike up. Are we ready for round 2? Come on, baby. Oh, no, no! Stupid tripod. Oh my god. Round 2, drop my phone, or drop my camera. So, to say the least, that was the problem. So if you run into that problem installing the jets and you go to give it throttle and it just cuts out, it is the little silver needle jet thing I was talking about. I forget which way I put it in, but it was the opposite way I put it in that last clip. You can always rewind, but I am so excited about this. This is awesome. I don't know what kind of performance difference I'll feel. I still gotta fix the foot peg on this before I actually take it for a ride, but this is a really big step in the right direction. I'm so excited about this. This is awesome. I haven't been this excited about something in quite a while, and with how chaotic my life has been in the past couple months, like, this is like a win I really needed. So with that, if anyone has any issues doing the same thing to their bike, let me know. I'll help out if I can, but thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. It really helps. Anything you can do to help me out would be awesome. Support me a little bit. Goes a long way. I'm doing this for fun. I really appreciate the support, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bam! Buell Blast update. Bam! Buell Blast update.